Let's take a look together at Enneagram Type 1, often referred to as the Perfectionist. We start by looking at the instinctual center of intelligence for the type. This could be head, heart, or body. As a body center type, along with types 8 and 9, the Type 1 leads with this grounding, a physical embodiment that is instinctual, arising from their gut center. Individuals who lead with Type 1 tend to experience and process the world primarily through their physical body and instincts. These are action-oriented individuals who are focused on achieving tangible results. Leading from the body center, Type 1 exercises top-down control of their impulses, often resulting in physical rigidity or tension. The Perfectionist embodies a worldview that is about making things orderly, fair, and just. A primary focus around noticing what is wrong and a drive to do things the right way. A belief system develops for Type 1 the sense that by being good, acceptance can be assured. That by personally taking action, what is wrong can be made right, and that personal worth follows as a result. Two primary driving attentions emerge for Type 1. We'll refer to those as reform and then resentment or anger. First, let's look at reform. It is this notion that the world can and should be improved. The type structure is driven by an almost constant monitoring of situations and a sorting of actions into what is right and wrong. A strong sense of personal responsibility undergirds this drive. Often the voice of the inner critic loudly and frequently calls toward perfectionism, both for self and the external world. Individuals who lead with Type 1 may be drawn to activism or social justice work, often highly principled and committed to their values. And now let's look at this experience of resentment or anger. Think of this as the response to an almost never-ending preoccupation with reform. At times, the response may be explicit, and at other times, repressed. Anger may be brought to a head through a slow burn response at all that is wrong, perhaps at the delay of productivity as a result of being engulfed by all the details. Perhaps it is resentment at the work first, play later mentality that the type structure reinforces. A notion that attending to personal needs and pleasures might open the floodgates to unending impulses that will detract from what needs to be fixed. Perhaps the anger and resentment manifests at self, in acknowledgement of the ways that the pursuit of perfection has led to rejection or alienation by peers or loved ones. And now we look at what we call the virtue for the type, this highest expression of their potential. Think of it as keeping all the gifts for the type and then also uncovering or remembering a piece of truth that has been forgotten along the way. For Type 1, we refer to the virtue as serenity, this state of inner peace and calm that comes from accepting the imperfections of oneself and the world. It is a quality of being that is free from judgment and self-criticism. The work here is about allowing all of the reactions and responses to people, situations, and the environment to move through the body without being inhibited by the thinking self. A reconnection to holy perfection, the truth that our fundamental and absolute existence is already perfect, that we belong and are loved and accepted simply by virtue of our being. Now, it is important to add that this is just a place from which to start. Use this information with gentleness and compassion. We are not caricatures of a type. We are living, breathing, complex individuals that have a pattern and who are also adaptive. If you want to take a deeper look at how to navigate and apply this information to your own life, I hope you'll be in touch. Through my practice at Forward Bound, I support individuals with identifying their type, working with their type, and navigating people and situations through the context of their type. The best place to start is a free discovery call, which you can schedule for yourself right on my website, forwardbound.com. This is just an opportunity for us to get to know each other a bit better, chat in more specifics, and decide what next steps make the most sense for you. I hope this has helped, and I hope to hear from you soon. Until then, I'm wishing you much health and happiness.